I'm like the creative chaos of the duo. Yeah, it will happen. It's all, and I'm like, what? How do you want to do it?
Pure essence of human to be musical, to express you with your voice and also get wild.
We're going to discuss many things, which mostly will be your music journey.
That's the holy shift. This is the shift that we create.
Ecstatic trip hop.
Redefining ecstatic.
Making some new history here.
Not alone with ourselves, just watching, we are part.
So all of this is influencing into the music, into the lyrics nowadays.
Our music is really for people who really want to search inside and people who want to awaken.
All right, so welcome to a podcast of Transformuse and the album release, Holy Shift. Nice to have you here, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting
So amazing to be here.
Yeah, we have Chris here and we have Ayam here. And we're going to discuss the album. But first I will introduce myself. My name is Ohad and I'm from Pigeoning Productions, which I was lucky to be part of the production to make your album cover.
Yes.
That was really incredible with the beautiful Marta that she made with you guys, the whole background, and then we hired the studio and that was just incredible. And that was one of the things that reminds me all the time that great productions doesn't happen alone, right? I mean, this I can never do by myself, nor you, nor Marta. But when you have so many people doing it together, that's really great, good stuff. Yeah, and part of what I'm doing, I'm taking photos, I'm taking videos, I'm helping artists with Web3 applications. So that's the new shit, artists. And soon you're going to be there as well,
Yeah.
Transformuse. So that's really cool. We're going to discuss this. We're going to discuss many things, which mostly will be your music journey. And how you recorded the album and what are your plans with that. And for those who don't know you, you guys are very, very, very serious. You're not playing around. And also watched your whole journey to see you starting from some ideas that were executed, a little bit messy, I would say, which was the first album, and then to see how really you transformed everything into this album, which sounds way more mature. It sounds way more well thought. There is more, I would say, professionalism of the productions. And to think that you did it by yourselves, so it's also a huge journey. You also keep the social media pretty high and active, and you keep on pushing. So this is really incredible. Yeah, I would say first, how are you guys feeling?
Wow. Very well. Just now, before we released the album, there's a lot of energy going on, also many things to consider and to plan. At the same time, now it's the end of the year. It feels like going more inside. We had a tour, so many things to digest, the whole year, the production. I feel very well and comfortable right now. Yeah.
I feel very excited, first of all, to be part of this interview. And thank you for hosting us. I feel very excited about the release and the coming up also tours that we will have because things are really rolling now. I feel that the energy is moving. We are kind of in the field and yeah, I feel that this is really flowing. It really starts to flow. So really exciting times.
Nice, that's really great. How did you came up in deciding even we're gonna do music now?
Yeah, it started when we first met some years ago on a festival and we had a crazy dance together. So music was the first thing that connected us. We found so much attraction, like magnetic, and we did back then already some music by ourselves, but it was not that mature. It was more improvised. I was in the sound healing. She was a bit singing jazz and stuff. So I felt a lot of attraction from my side to be together with someone who's really into music and singing. And she has a beautiful voice. So I felt, wow. And then we just tried out, found our way through the years, being together, being partners in life. And our love carried this, so we were very honest to ourselves, I think, to try out.
It was also a lot of waves.
And now we arrived at Transformuse, so.
It was a lot of waves. The journey was full of a lot of really wild waves as well, I can say, because as he said, we started in this, we met in this music festival and we felt like the music really is channeling through us. So I was really focused on my dance career back then, performance art, and Chris came more from the sound healing field. And somehow magically, those two worlds were mixing, and a lot of really interesting things came out of there.
And just to mention, we first crafted the name Transformuse, which we now transcended to Transformuse. And we first thought that we want to do healing music. We want to be together, make music for people to change, to feel, you know. So this was the idea. And now we're having our journey of producing original music, to bring it more out, to have a more professional approach. And this was also the time to change the name in the beginning of this year.
Yeah. Also, I feel that the change of the music was a big shift that happened in the past 1 year.
From the first album to the second album.
Yes, exactly. The first music we started, we did, was, as you said, it was exploring. It was purely from the heart, just shooting out, not too much plan. The second album really came with much more, let's say, conceptuality around it, because we really felt like we want to bring people into dancing and moving through this music and allow this to move through them. So it was not only, okay, we are doing whatever it is, but we really kind of had this vision of bringing people to dance and to feel the beats which are connected to their heartbeats, and still creating this music that brings people to feel and to, yes, heal and actually self-reflect. So
yeah, I think it's important to tell the viewers and the listeners about how you perform. It's not a normal concert. It's not that people come to a venue and then they see you and they enjoy. There is something a little bit different at your concerts, right?
definitely.
What is going on there?
Yeah, it's a whole journey. I mean, concert, the format of having some artist and then you have the audience is the classical way. We like to weave it together so that we are melting as one. And there is a musical approach of letting people feel the whole field of an introduction to the concert, to the journey, and then melting it together. And I feel it's first crafting the music, it's crafting the experience on the stage. By the same way, we're also into ecstatic dance music, which is more a dance approach combined with a conscious dancing. So yes, I think it's the time to change the format of a classical concert towards more interactive. And we also love the classical. So
What is the classical?
yeah, the classical is like you're on stage and you're performing, people just listen and they are part of the consumer side, let's say.
But in general, it really is like more of a journey that people are coming to experience. So it's not that it's never a sitting concert, our concert.
You have to move on the concert.
I mean, people maybe in the beginning a little bit sitting, but definitely not during the concert. Because it's really, it's like, in a way, a combination of guided meditation, poetry, music beats, music that brings them into this movement. And also it's a co-creation with them. So it's a
With
very
audience.
interactive, yes, it's a very interactive way of making this, creating those spaces. And I must say that for me, this is a fascinating thing to do, because I'm coming from performance art, where I did a lot of installational setups where it's really interactive and really like creating a space where we are all creating it together, which is exactly also our message to our audience, that life is a co-creation and we are the creators of our lives that are co-creating with the universe. And it's all a big organism that is working together. Many body parts, one body kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Then it creates a different experience everywhere you go. So every live concert that you have a completely different energy, probably.
Yeah, we're opening the field and whatever is there on the place or with the people, with the audience. It's about emotional journey connected to energy, which we bring with the beats, with the music. And we have different levels of that energy, and it's great to see how it moves people. Yeah.
It's a lot about channeling as well, and to channel it together with the audience. So of course we have our songs, we have our setup, but it's a living organism. So it's every time really different and different experience that the audience experiences. And we receive a lot of energy from the audience. So
yeah, that's the feedback of being on stage and see what the audience are doing. And, you know, as an artist, you want to amplify that as a space holder, not just as an artist. And an artist as a space holder.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Yeah, you guys have also like a little bit ecstatic dance element as well. And you're very connected to the ecstatic dance community. And it's a huge community around the world. And I know that you also went to tour a few weeks ago, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were touring with our ecstatic dance live concerts, which we are doing now for 1 year. It's really, since then,
Where have you
really
been
an
in the
amazing
world?
journey. We went to, so far, to Swiss and South Germany, and we are invited also to Portugal, Spain, and Prague. We
In the
hope.
summer? When?
No, during the year, actually. February, we're going to Prague, and then in end of March, we're going to Spain and Portugal. And later in the year, South Germany again. And there are also ideas about UK tours. So stuff are really, as I said before, rolling. And it's really amazing to...
Yeah.
It's really amazing. It feels like it's really unfolding right now.
Yeah, to see the fruit of the hard work. And it's just about doing that. And if you do it good enough and you have improvement, I think the consistency and the improvement, that's what people are looking for, right? So when you have these kind of things, it also attracts people that want to support. And then you get all those opportunities.
Yeah.
And your music is also very, I would say, it sounds familiar in a way. Which is great. I think all the big hits in the world, they have something very similar and familiar, but some twist. And I find it with your music as well. Yeah, and it's how do you get the inspiration for this album, for the Holy Shift?
Musically, you mean?
Musically, lyrically, the whole concept of the music, also the concept of the songs. I mean, it's a whole album, which is there is a start point and it takes to a journey until the end. And also the concept of each song, it's more universal. It's not something very specific, like Praying for the Water. I mean, I can see at least half of the globe want to sing that song. We need it.
We are hoping.
Yeah. So how the concept of the album started? What was the seed behind the concept? How do you approach the songs?
Yeah, it's very much connected to our own journey as a duo, as a couple. And I would say we start 1 year ago, where we decided to move together to make our own production studio. I started producing the music by myself in the own studio. We composed the music much more intensively. And we had the background, you know, from, let's say, Eastern philosophy, meditation, an inner path of cleaning, of healing after we have experienced our lives as children and had some wounds to clear. So all of this is influencing into the music, into the lyrics nowadays. And I have a lot of rhythm inside and music, which I'm using beatbox, for example. I have influenced also on the album. There's some beatbox tracks. If you listen carefully, you will hear it. And yes, I'm very much into the drum and the bass. So we decided that this is the genre which has this emphasizing bass and groove, which is the trip hop. And
we really love this bassiness because we feel that it's really grounding.
Bass is very important.
Very important.
The groove is the most important. The bass sounds incredible in
It
your
feels to
your
me
album.
like sometimes, like I'm very airy. I'm like the creative chaos of the duo. And I bring a lot of melodies and a lot of ideas and a lot of, let's say, yeah, a lot of lightness and dance of this music that is a bit more high frequencies, you know?
At the same time, you have a melancholic way. The poetry, it's more like mystic. And I think it's a great way to combine that. It's not so obvious. It's something that you can reflect and meditate upon yourself when you listen. There's also questions that are proposed, and it's not something into your face. At the same time, it's philosophic in a way. And attractive to those people who are on their own journey and asking like, what am I doing here? What is my purpose in this world? What is going on in a bigger connection, you know, not just saying political mainstream, but we are into the, let's say, healing music, which is a global movement. Ecstatic dance and stuff is one way to express that. But in, let's say, in our genre, we wanted to create this connection with the groove and then with the poetry, which is also sometimes quite melancholic or it's more emotional.
The groove and the poetry.
Yes. The
Also
connection.
goes deeper into those deep waters of your inner self-exploration, like actually who are we and what are we here for? And we really aim to inspire people to ask questions. So our music is not about, okay, we tell you this is like this is like that, you do like this. It's more about asking questions and invite them to ask and question. So they can use, for us, we're using those questions as guidelines to inspire us and to guide us through the map of life. And we feel that this is really something that is interesting to bring, because many things today are like, yeah, this is like this and this is like this. He left me and I'm sad now. So, okay, asking yourself, you know, where are you? Where is your heart and what are you here to do in this planet? And yeah, we all have a reason why we are here. That's what we believe, at least. So actually our music is really for people who really want to search inside and people who want to awaken. So of course we don't want to limit it. Everybody can listen to our music, but it's mainly really for people who really search for something different.
Let's have a rundown of the songs. Let's start with your favorite song, each of you. Let's start with you, Ayam. Which is
Wow,
your
it's
favorite
really
song?
hard because I think I have really phases of songs. Like right now, it's probably Holy Shift because it's the most fresh song. Actually, in a funny way, that's the last song we wrote.
It's usually like that. The last song is the best one, right?
It's the theme song of the album, actually. You know, off the record. I was really like, no, how do you want us to write now a Holy Shift song? Because he insisted that that's the name of the album. And I was like,
Holy
okay,
Shift is
so
such
we
a-
need a theme song.
Yes,
You cannot
good
like
name.
have a name of the album and then not having a theme song. Like, don't worry, we're gonna write it. And I was like, I'm the, let's say, skeptical part of the duo, you know, I'm the and he always knows, he's always trusting and he's always like, yeah, it will happen. And I'm like, what? How do you want to do it? And then I think in 1 week, literally 1 week, he just gave the ideas. I was like, okay, let's, you know, we were brainstorming, heartstorming. And in 1 week or so, the idea was already there and it was already rolling. And yeah, I really, really love the song. I mean, it's really encapsulates the whole album essence, like that we are actually the holy shift, the holy mess. We are perfect in this holy mess. We are not like perfect, you know, perfect teeth, perfect this, you know, perfect. I mean, you know, it's not about this in life. The life is not about, okay, to be perfect. It's not about the product as well, because this is also what we want to say, that we are not into this, okay, this is the product and that's it. It's the edges are open. The rivers are flowing all the time. And this is always changing.
Yeah.
So it's a really living organism. So this is really the essence of the album, I feel. And right now it's my favorite song, but it's changing all the time.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, for me, it's right now, it's Walk Your Way. It was quite an early song on our journey to compose, to produce. We released it as a single. But I feel every time I listen, it's so, it's deep, it makes me somehow happy, it's energetic, the beat is very forward, you know, and it has this great ending part, which I love, with the chanting, you know. It's very pure, it's also where we come from, it's like the original journey of the, let's say, more pure, just the voices, which we melting into one another sometimes. Yeah, I think this is a great song. And it also gives me the inner connection to my own path, because I'm constantly moving forward in my life. I'm very progressive, and this is what the song is about.
Cool.
It's actually what I love about the song. It's also more or less the essence of what we're saying in this album, and that is that the questions that we are asking there, because it's a lot of questions in this song. If you listen to the song, you hear question, question, question.
Like
what am I?
Which questions, for example?
What am I? Who am I?
Where to go?
Where to go? Which is also, in a way, every one of us has this.
The inner compass, yeah. It's like,
you know, we are like
finding out which decisions to take.
You know, many people, they want to show themselves super strong. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. But sometimes we are not strong at all. I mean, sometimes we are so like weak and confused and like little children, lost children, thrown without a bone, you know.
Without a
Doors said that so clearly. We're thrown to the world without a bone, like a dog without a bone. Like we are so lost, like dogs, like little puppies, which are searching the way and need somebody to just give us some love, something that we can feel home and arrive.
Yeah, that's definitely what we all want in the end. Are there any other songs from the album that you want to go through?
Yeah, well, for me personally, Praying to the Waters was actually it's actually the first song we ever produced, right? First of all, that's our...
Yeah, I remember when you played me the little sketch of it.
Yeah.
It was just the loop.
What's the loop?
Yeah.
Exactly. By the way, we started with a loop station at all.
Yeah, I remember. There were no lyrics, no nothing, just Praying to the Water. I think
just
this
Praying
motive.
to the Water, and also the beat that he did. And all this bassiness that came, and the water, the combination with the water, and it's praying to the waters, so it's actually praying to them, like they are a being, and like I'm asking for, hey, waters, holy waters, come and wash me. And actually, in the night that all this song came to me, really, it was really... In the morning, I got the message that a big terror event happened, but in that night, I didn't know it yet. But I could not sleep, and it kept hunting me. It kept hunting me. Praying to the waters, and I had to stand up and start writing in the middle of the night, and the whole thing came, and it was crystal clear to me that it's all connected to this. That we are walking through this desert as well, you know.
The desert of your soul. And we made this amazing video shooting then, which encapsulates the story of the inner search, you know. Also, once you get this outside triggers of, okay, something happens, maybe it's destructive, it's asking what is happening in your world, okay, searching inside, and not just like reacting like in panicking or something like this. So I think Praying to the Waters is a very unique piece, which was our first one. We also decided to get in this crispy electric guitar sounds, which are layering throughout the whole album. Somehow it's getting this surfer guitar
surfer
mentality.
Vibe. Also the bass sounds really juicy and beefy.
And already in the first song, Praying to the Waters, that we produced, we were experimenting with drone sounds. So to record a short sample and then to make it infinite. And you hear it quite well, which is coming up like a layer.
I love
and we used this effect later in all the songs almost, to have some drones of flutes, to have some drones of guitars. So it's like giving a nice foundation of something which is pumping, which is giving you a feeling of something is holding the space for that. And it was very amazing to find out about this technique. And in Praying to the Waters, I think it's strongest because it really suddenly elevates the whole song to another level for me.
Also for me, I'm singing this part of dancing to the beat of my soul, untying the ropes. So it's like, I will never stop dancing. Also this message of, you know, I'm dancing and nothing, you know, nothing can change that, you know. And also like untying those ropes of attachment to all of those ideas that we have so much in our minds of separation. Because we are so connected if we just let go of those ideas of separations.
Another song which is very meaningful to me is Trust the Way You Are. We also combined there some kind of a sudden change in the beat. So there is some kind of ecstatic moment after this kind of, some waves are coming up, and then boom, it gives you it's opening, it gives energy to maybe move, to shake, to something that is cracking inside.
And what about collaborations, guys?
Wow.
Did you make any collaboration in this album? How do you approach it?
Yes. We did. We had two beautiful guest musicians. One is Five-String Theory.
Alexei. Shout out to Alexei.
Which we love his way of playing, and he always gives really beautiful flavors with his violin. And Chris really knows how to melt it and blend it in and put it in the right moment.
Yeah, so he played the violin in Sweet Harmony and as well in Burning Limitations, where in the end you have some kind of symphony coming up, which was his idea. Nice. Genius.
Yes, and the second guest musician is Ali Kalantari, actually, also dear musician.
Shout out.
That we really, really like, and we hope to meet him again and play with him again. He plays a traditional setar. It's an Iranian authentic instrument.
Setar.
Setar.
Yes, like a small banjo-like guitar where you have like 3-4 strings. And he was playing some solos for songs. And if you hear that kind of the Iranian, there is some...
Then it's there in a few songs.
In Trust the Way You Are, there's a solo part, for example. We recorded the whole evening and I sampled all of this and mixed it together. So there is some unique twist in it.
And how do you approach the collaborations? You have already a vision in your head for some songs, or you let them play whatever they want and you make sense out of it later?
Yeah, we had already the songs, the beats and everything crafted. And in the middle of the production, before we finalized the vocals, we were inviting the guest musicians, our collaborators, to give their touch, give space. And as I said, we were then sorting out the samples and see what really fits and building it up. So it was a journey together, but I think this album is not so much about the collaborations. It is more about finding our own style and defining this ecstatic trip-hop. Yes. So we didn't want to go too much into the...
Ecstatic trip-hop.
Ecstatic trip-hop.
Redefining ecstatic.
Making some new history here.
Yes.
That's cool. No one ever made this music, basically. You just made it in this album.
It's Chris.
I see trip-hop is a very nice genre where there's many things going on, and we combine it now with the ecstatic feeling. And some songs, they have this forward 4-to-the-floor beat. Suddenly it's going somewhere, and this is quite unusual for trip-hop, I would say.
And it's really what your music sounds like. There is no other way to put it in a label if we must put it in a label.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And how people react to your music, how people are reacting to your new music who have been already following you, and how is it for new people when they first interact with you? What kind of comments do you receive and reactions?
Actually, we got amazing reactions already from people like that. First of all, I mean, because we play it in like ecstatic dance journeys, people, they really enjoy dancing to it and feel how it's, expanding their bodies, expanding their minds. And it's this altogether experience of dance and the lyrics and the energy of the song. Our songs are also, we have a lot of different elements, actually, fire, water, air, in our music, in our songs, in the album. It brings them really into this journey that they experience. So that's actually a lot of the feedback that we hear from people. And of course they say, wow, your voice is great, or I don't know, the bass lines are amazing and really bringing us to the ground, or a lot of this.
Yeah, amazing feedbacks. I mean, we just released the album, so there's many things to come and to bring it out to the world, and we're curious what the comments of the listeners are in future. Yes. But so far it's so strong, it's like a base that gives us a good opportunity to just work on our music full time, which is what we love to do. And we're so happy to share it with the world, actually, to everyone who's just curious how it sounds. Listen to the album, I would say. and do it with the good headphones in your own space, you know, not just like in the random world of going out and being busy, but to take it as a meditation is my suggestion.
And actually, what I would love to really invite everybody to do is to take this 45 minutes of the whole album and to hear it like in one go. Like
People don't do it anymore, huh?
I know they don't do it, but that's why I would really recommend put your headphones, take 45 minutes. You can do it while you're bathing, you can do it while you're dancing, you can do it as a movement meditation, but really, really, really try to do this whole journey in one time, in one go, because it's the whole experience together is really the thing.
That's how music was back then, like when the vinyls were a thing 40,
Vinyl.
50 years ago.
That's my dream.
Yeah, you plan to make a vinyl?
We would wish that very, very much. If there is audience for it, wow.
Yeah, if DJs reach out for us, where we will do it. Right now we have a digital download
Actually,
version.
that's the size of a vinyl.
And
It's the preview.
we decided to make this album. I mean, nowadays it's times of singles. You want to make a reach on socials and stuff. Like for us as upcoming artists, this is like a strategy. But we really felt like an album is a whole work. It's like has an introduction, it has a topic, it has an energy, and it has also an outro. By the way, which we crafted in the end of the production. So the first and the last track was crafted in the last moments. So that we really felt, okay, this is the body, this is the energy, and now we give it some rising and some like downer. And the last song, if I mention, is a Rising in Love. We felt like it's a long song, which is repetitive, it's going to the heart, it's really like making it round in the end, I feel.
Finishing in the heart chakra, you know, like really, yeah,
That's
we
nice.
are rising. The message is we are rising in love. Because most music talks about we are falling in love, and we were like, no, we're not falling in love. We are rising in love.
I know many people have problem with this terminology to fall in love. Why are we falling in love?
Yes. So there is something wrong. For us, we felt always like, wait a minute, are we falling in love? Wait, I'm not falling. I'm actually rising.
Sometimes you fall. You know,
You
I would say most of the
fall,
time
but
we fall in love. The case that you both found each other.
But it has nothing to do with love,
no.
you know, because love is
Love
love.
is the trigger.
You understand? This is
I mean,
the thing.
maybe it's not the
People
love.
don't.
It's the passion.
They don't make the difference.
We fall in passion.
They don't differentiate between love and relationship. This is the problem here. In relationship, you rise and you fall. This is true. But in love, never. Love is always love. That's it. That's what it is.
What is the opposite of love?
Hate.
Hate. I heard that fear can be the opposite of love.
Fear, ignorance, all of this, yeah, the shadow side. Sure.
So love is more like a state of being. It's not something that. It's not an
It's not
action.
a concept.
It's not a concept.
No, it's
What
not
is
a
it?
concept. It's energy. It's pure. It's a pure essence. It's not like.
But how does it feel? Love.
For me, it's the unifying matrix of everything that is, and love is like this unity. Once you get all of this identification away and you're just state of being, I feel that I'm not just me, I'm connected with everything that is, and this is pure love, this is just compassion, I feel everything that is in all the states of emotions and all the states of maybe rising and falling, and I feel that this is the ground, like light. You cannot say what is light. Light is just the present energy, so love is for me the same, and it's expressing inside of us as the foundation of everything that can be experienced and everything that can be in our lives, you know.
And it's also unconditional. It cannot be different. Love
You
is
cannot even
always.
reject it. It's
you cannot,
there.
because if you reject it, then you already create a concept out of it, and it's just not a concept. That's the whole twisting mind thing, the monkey mind, that creates this twist of rising and falling. And this polarities, love has nothing to do with it. It's not part of this. It's not part of this. It's unconditional point. There is nothing else.
And maybe I can add that we are daring to say we are life partners, we are a couple, we are in a love relationship, and this sacred union that we decided first of all to decide we are together on this journey. We are loving one another this is the basic statement to connect to that love field that I just described. And from there, the inspiration and the healing for us is coming, because we have so many like troubles and dramas from the past, which we're bringing somehow from our sides. But somehow we find a common melting ground where this can be. We can exchange about that, reflect, and then we carry it on to the music and to give it some kind of uplifting energy which transcends and shifts this drama from the past.
The holy shift.
And if I go now back, why I asked you about how people react to your live concerts and to the ecstatic dance concerts, I know that it's not very trivial for many people to have those kind of activities. I did some singing circle myself with a friend, and for some people that was mind-blowing just to be in a room with other people and to be able to sing and to express themselves however they want without being judged. And for some people, it's impossible to be either loud or to scream.
Express.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that many people had a great transformation just from this singing circle, which is just a guitar and a group of people. And you guys have such a huge production relatively to a singing circle. And I wonder if you have also those kind of comments from people that came to you and you allowed them to experience something that normally they would never experience. How often does it happen?
But we start also very simple. We are by ourselves guiding people to sing, and we're doing this in a way.
In the concerts?
Yeah, in the concerts
of course, it's
themselves.
Part of it.
We also invite
It's like
them.
a singing circle on steroids. You know, it's way more, I don't know if royal it's the way, but there are way more things happening at your concerts. For example, one of the concerts, there was a big fire just in the middle and people were dancing around it. It was very tribal.
Yes.
Yeah, and this stuff you don't have it usually, right? We used to cooperate word and we sit down in front of the PC.
This is why we love to do different things in a different way. That's what our vision is. Because our music, it's not about only, okay, we come to play our music, then we go home, everybody claps, thank you very much, we go back to our lives. No, it's our life. This is what our life is about. Our life is basically a singing circle. No, I'm joking. Our life is really, no, seriously, now our life is
a singing circle.
It's all about this. It's all about circling around this and always bringing this roundness of experiencing and co-creating with the audience. So we love this setup of, creating it together with the audience and inviting them suddenly to sing with us out of the sudden, and they are like surprised, but they're going with it. And in the end, they're even letting a little bit go and letting it flow through their bodies. And there is something that is, coming down from this protection and walls that, I'll see a lot of people in concerts, they stand there or they sit there. Nice, yes. I feel that in our concert, what we are bringing and what we wish to bring more is this connection that people have with one another. Suddenly we are not alone with ourselves just watching, we are part. So this is really the essence of our work.
And I must say, we're living in a time where it's a unique experience that many traditions and also, wisdom from the ancients is being opened so that we can receive it here in the West or wherever we are. We have access. So, for example, to the old shamanic traditions, to the Eastern and Western philosophies. For example, Buddhism has a rich experience of finding your inner self. And in the same way, there's like plant medicine rituals, which are really giving you the chance to reflect on yourself, clean yourself from all the toxins, that you have taken, maybe nutrition, all of this. And I have personally been exposed to these traditions, and I found it so amazing to feel all of this human experience from the past. And nowadays we can combine it, we can reflect on that in a different way to elevate into the future. And we use these old, let's say, techniques from tribal, like say the singing circle, the fire, the elements, to bring it down to earth and make it accessible for everyone. And everyone has carrying their bags and their trauma and fears maybe to speak free to sing, to express freely with your body without this kind of, being in a box. And I love that we are able to hold a space, just to be simple, just be yourself, and then find yourself in the music. This is what the dancing is about. It's a very ancient and tribal and pure essence of the human, to be musical, to express you with your voice, and also get wild,
Yes, and also create a field that is so charged with this energy. And then, it's radiating. It just happens.
Absolutely.
It just happens. And that's the holy shift. This is the shift that we create. Because once we are doing this collective work, and this is a collective work that we are doing together, it's actually like a ritual, that we are creating those powerful fields. I mean, I don't even have to say we're doing healing work. This is just happening. People are experiencing this. And then it goes, I mean, no one has to do so much afterwards. It's just, it radiates.
The beat goes on, and we will do it until infinity, because this is just a most amazing thing to do.
It's really a timeless space of creation that is radiating, and it's, people afterwards, they just feel it, and they spread it without even trying. It's being spread to the world.
Yes.
And our really aim is that, to inspire more and more people to join this journey of awakening, because this is really the time for us all to shift and to feel this change that is happening in the world now.
It's always happening, the change. But then, is it a change we want or a change we don't want? So it's good that you guys doing those kind of things.
We are the creators of our lives.
Yeah.
So we are the gods. We are the ones that can choose. Is it what I want? Is it not what I want? Maybe it's something they don't want, and then they can see it throughout this journey, and then, this is not what I want.
Yeah, we need to recognize it first, and then we need also to have the power and the motivation to go and do something, as you guys are doing. I mean, it's easy to complain and to bitch about stuff, but then it's a completely different attitude to go and let's say, all right, we're gonna start and do those ecstatic dances. And I think your beginning was rough, like everyone's beginning in anything. But when you look at the journey and you look where you are today, you see the whole progress that you made, right?
Definitely.
What are you most
so
grateful
nourishing.
that you found yourself today that you did not even think
I'm so grateful
back then?
To see how people are transforming while we are playing the music, how people are suddenly something is unfolding in them. Suddenly as I said before, walls are breaking down.
But did it not happen before that in your first concerts? Is it something that happened?
Maybe it happened, but I think I can feel it much more now.
Okay.
I can be much more, because I feel that I also developed in my way of holding that space. And I feel that I can connect much more, and I can really be part of each journey. And it's touching. It's touching to see tears are coming down, because something in their journey, also a few people came to me in some songs suddenly, wow, that was really a breakthrough for me, because actually unconditional love, it's something that was for years so hard for me to feel. And now suddenly I felt this, and I just felt the pain, even just feel the pain. This is already a big step, because many people cannot even feel the pain. And many people still today prefer to numb themselves. And therefore our concerts and our events and ecstatic dances are sober experiences. That's also the essence of our work, that we create this field that is just not, we don't need those substances, because we are ecstatic beings. We are the medicine.
Yeah, but it's not a painful event. Just the fact that you guys let the space be as neutral and supportive, and people are moving and shaking their bodies and jumping up and down, then some energy is being released. Some of it can be complete joy, and some of it can be pain.
Yeah.
And we cannot really forecast what is about to happen until it happens, and then we just need to observe it and to go with it, and hopefully to be in good hands. So you can do that.
Yeah, Ohad, I must say I'm very grateful that I can be at first self-reflected and creative. You know, I'm just finalizing the thought of being an artist in this world, finding myself, and then just to be, you know. I see all of this is happening quite quickly in my life, and so happy to be together, beautiful Ayam, and creating this together. I think it's quite unique to be a couple and then to work on a project full time, which is art, and transcending all the topics that we have of the female and the male aspect at the same time. We have relationship, we have kids. So we're bringing this all under one roof of making it a life art progress. And we are talking about it. We're not just saying, oh, listen to the music. So I'm very grateful that we can just be transparent and maybe inspiring people to open up and be themselves.
To join the movement.
Thank you all very much for staying with us all the way until now. Please don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to Instagram, go and subscribe to their Spotify as well. Buy their album, that's the best way to support artists. Buy it either physically, buy it either on Bandcamp, buy it on Drip House, just support as much as you can. Tell us what your thoughts are, what are your emotions, just type everything here in the comments below. And until next time, peace.